Welcome into episode 26 of the best podcast in the country for Prep Baseball Report, and that is the Palmetto Dugout Show. I got Sammy Esposito and Austin Smith with us today. What's going on, guys?
Coach, how we doing today?
It's a Monday, Coach. That's about it.
What's up?
What's up? Austin's going to be – this is Austin's first appearance.
Debut of Austin.
It didn't twist to my screen, but I'm here.
Yeah, how's the debut feeling? You excited? You know, we've had to correct a couple things real quick, make you look a little better. Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Yeah, it's okay. We're good.
Hey, he'll go back and listen to this on his drive one of the mornings at school. So
yeah, man of many words.
I'm ready though. I got some good picks here today. We're good to go.
All right. Hey, we got a bunch of content filled in this episode. But first off, we'll say make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel down below. Also, I'm just going to – Sammy joked about this earlier, but episode 26 is officially sponsored by Stewie Media. So for all of you,
check it out, folks.
It's the best ever. But people that attended All-State North and South, your photos will be uploaded here soon. So stay tuned to that as I'll get the links out to you. I'm going to turn it over to something very important that happened this past weekend. Sammy, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and touch on it a little bit. You know, the main, PBR Super 60 event, one of the biggest showcase events across all of country took place this past year in Chicago, outside of Chicago or in Chicago, Illinois, the Max. It's a humongous complex up there, and it was over 60 of the best players around the country were there. And we had to play, this event's been going on for 20 plus years. I think you can probably only count on one hand, only a few fingers of showcases that have been going on for 20 plus years across this country. So I didn't make it this past year, but I was in attendance last year, and it is one of obviously the better showcases around. But we were represented here in South Carolina by a young man, Jonah Conrad, who we have ranked extremely high here in the state, that goes to P27 Academy, big arm right-handers, committed to Arkansas, was up to 92, sat 92, 93 with a hard-breaking curveball at 79 to 81. Throws a really good changeup as well as 83 to 85. And, a lot of these young men are going to make some more jumps, especially as the spring goes on and it warms up. I mean, we're talking about, the beginning of February, these guys are ramped up. So Jonah, represented, obviously P27, but represented the state of South Carolina up there really well for at the Super 60.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll be exciting to see him. Hopefully some of us get out and see him at P27 this spring. So we're going to touch on it. We high school season's getting ramped up here. So real housekeeping issue. Last year, me and Sammy put out videos with the bomb squad. It was a lot of back end work. So this year we're changing things up a little bit. If you hit a bomb in a game, make sure to use the hashtag PBRSC Bomb Squad. One home run will be featured on the Palmetto Dugout Show a week. So make sure to use that hashtag, or it's not getting put up here. So next, big tournament coming up. I know me and Austin will cover here. Steve Sanders, always a great tournament with all those Spartanburg high school teams, that area, as well as a few that are out of that area. But it's always fun to cover, and we'll be covering the whole thing again this year. And then our home away from home, starting on March the 2nd at Shipyard Park, where our PBR preseason tournament happens. A lot of talent in that tournament, as we're going to get to here as we reveal our Power 25 and our playoff picks. So go ahead, Sammy.
Yeah, I was just saying that. I mean, obviously, the best tournament the state has to offer, right? For PBR, the preseason showdown, and you hit on the head a ton of talent. I mean, I would expect this year, last year when we were there covering, it was a lot of underclassmen, so it wasn't really a big MLB scout infested event, but I have a feeling this year there's going to be a ton of scouts in attendance. Talked to a handful of them already, and they're planning on being down there. We got a lot of high profile players in the state that are going to be playing down there, and going to get some good first looks from some MLB scouts. So we're really excited. All three of us are going to be down there over the course of the weekend. So we're excited to get that thing rolling, and fingers crossed for some good weather down there in Charleston.
Yeah, Thursday night, open night might shape up to be a good one, Coach. With some
Thursday night, get right.
That's
Thursday
right.
night get right.
So that'll hop us right in to the Power 25, which will be released throughout this week. So coming in at 25 is reigning 1A state champ, Southside Christian. There'll be another fun one to watch. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Coming in at number 24 is the Andrew Jackson Volunteers, another reigning 2A state champ. That lost a decent amount of arms, but we think they're going to be very competitive again this year. Coming in at number 23 is the reigning 4A state champs in Eastside. We got some reigning champs.
Coach. A lot of reigning champs at the bottom. Yeah, what did we do? Looking at this. Usually the reigning champs are at the top. Maybe somebody should question us.
Well, I guess we'll find out at the end of the year. See if we're wrong or right?
No.
So coming in at number 22 is the TL Hanna Yellow Jackets. Expect to have a big season there. Coming in at number 21 is North Myrtle Beach, who we have a participant of the future games, CJ Oxendine. And then at number 20 is a Shipyard PBR preseason tournament participant, and that is Ashley Ridge. So they'll be exciting to watch too, with two of the bigger arms they have. And then at 19 is the 2A state runner-up, and that is Gray Collegiate. Coming in at 18 are our Laurens. Very excited. They had a younger group last year. Excited to see what they can do. And then at number 17 comes Carolina Forest. They had a big year last year. Expect the same this year. And then at 16 we have the reigning upper state champs of 3A. Chapman, so another big one coming up here. And then at 15, another PBR Shipyard preseason tournament participant, and that is the Powdersville Patriots at 15. Got a lot of talent back from last year's squad. Coming in at number 14 is the Blythewood Bengals under new leadership this year, as Mr. Faulkner is with the Wolves. And then coming in
Coach Faulkner real quick. Coach Faulkner, applaud him to get his first collegiate win as an assistant coach.
Big time.
Got 2 of them this weekend. Good for him in the college world.
Hey, he just keeps winning, Coach. Keeps winning. And then coming in at number 13, which I don't think anybody has him ranked, Coach. This is a bold one here. Is the Dutch Fork Silver Foxes. So we'll see how they are, but hey, watch out now. Number 12 is Brooklyn Casey. They lost a little bit, but returned a good core back there.
A lot of talent.
A lot of talent, Coach. A lot of talent. Number 11 is Catawba Ridge, who also has a lot of talent up there in that York area. And at number 10,
got them picked to be good this year. Not gonna mention any names.
Feel like Sean's back on the show. Hey, we're going to stay in that York area for number 10, and that is Clover. With some big time guys up there. 2 of them, or one of them, is another future games participant in Cade Pilgrim. So watch out.
And one was a junior futures game.
Junior future and Deion Brown. We can't forget him. So look at that. Look at that. PBR all over. Coming in at number 9 is another PBR Shipyard preseason tournament participant, and that is James Island Trojans. Had a big year at the Shipyard last year and expect the same this coming year. Number 8 is another bold pick for the PBR staff, and that is JL Man. Got some arms this year. Number 7 is the Lexington Wildcats with Sammy might laugh at this, but might have the best pitching coach in the state, wouldn't you say?
I think that's a conflict of interest there.
You know, if he's not the best, he is right up there with them. I mean, that's obviously right. A lot of great coaches, but I think we tend to give him a nod. If he's not the best pitching coach, he's the best blast motion operator in the state. So
I agree.
That goes together very well. So and then coming up at number 6 is the reigning upper state 5A champion, and that is Fort Mill. Watch out, Coach. Number five we got the Gators of River Bluff coming in, and that's going to be a really tough region again this year. And then we're going to stay in the Midlands. We're going to go to number 4 and the Falcons of AC Flora with the Fighting Hallets.
The Fighting Hallets.
That should be on a t-shirt somewhere. Hey, maybe that can be on the
Maybe-
T-shirt that they sell for the Forest Acres.
Maybe we should create it, patent it, sell it.
Sell it with Stewie Media. Perfect. That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
selling student media.
Perfect idea. Coming in at number 3 are the Green Wave, Somerville. Getting a lot of big time talent on that team this year. And we're going to stay in that same area, not far from them, is the reigning 5A state champ, the Stags, coach.
The Berkeley Stags, baby.
Do they repeat? Who knows?
Can they repeat with a bunch of youngsters still young?
then-
They got a chance to do it for multiple years.
Hey, Coach Lanny Cox got them rolling over there. Coming in at number 1, this isn't a shot between the 3 of us, and that is Oceanside Collegiate with all of their Division I signees recruits. Seems like they have a field full of them.
Got one about every position, I feel like.
Hey, but here's the fun part. Oceanside plays Berkeley and Somerville in the season. So, hey, there's a chance for a new number 1 right here.
Plus, they might face another higher end team down there with some big time arms at the back end of the shipyard. Never know what happens.
Shipyard member down there too. Don't
Stay
forget
tuned.
that.
Yep.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right, now we're going to hop into the fun part. This is playoff picks. So the way this goes is I'm automatically the winner because since I won the football pick, it just translates very well. And Sean's not on here, so I guess Austin's going to take his place as the loser.
You know,
I didn't agree with a lot of Sean's football picks, so I don't want to be lumped in with him. Actually,
well, you know, you're just filling in his spot, so you just get Smith. We'll just kind of roll in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can't be associated with those football picks. I saw them; they were tough.
He had a hard time removing his heart from a lot of his picks.
I'm not sure if my baseball picks are going to be any better, but I'm going to give it a shot.
This is the thought that counts. So I'll start us off now. I'll roll it to Austin and Sammy. But we're going to start in 1A. We're going to go through our lower state, upper state championship picks, as well as our state picks, and then a sleeper team we think might make a run. So 1A, I'm going to start out with Lakeview. Coach Erlong's always done a good job there for the lower state champ, and then bounce over to our upper state champ and the Southside Christian Sabres. When you got a guy like Carson Bowman on the mound, there you go. Kid's a dude, and Coach Freeman's a good guy. Y'all gonna get mad at me here. My sleeper pick is the Louisville Lions. Coach, think for the upper state championship against Southside, I think they got a chance to make another run, Coach.
They do. They probably do. Feel like I'm watching a recruitment
this is where
video over here, but
hey, it says, can I win?
Can I commit to lose?
Can I commit?
Yeah. So, hey, good picks. I don't really disagree with you much, but we'll get to me when I get there. So Austin will be up next.
If they still have their center fielder that ran the 6'8", 60, I think they might have a better shot this year.
Do you remember his nickname by any chance, Austin?
I don't remember his nickname when he was there.
Richburg Rocket? Was that what it was?
Yeah, he's the Lewisburg Rocket. Drew Stewart. Okay.
Yeah, Richburg Rocket, baby.
Oh, the Richburg Rocket. I'm not sure where Richburg is. I don't know.
Hey, Richburg is the town in which Louisville's in.
Okay, sorry.
So I just taught you some geography. So teach that in your next PE class.
I will use that next time I teach third grade PE. I'm sure they care where Richburg is. So am I up for 1A now?
Yeah, let's go, Austin.
Okay, 1A, I went the same 2 teams, upper state and lower state, but I switched it up a little bit because I didn't want to pick the same state champ as you did. So I went Lakeview winning it all over Southside Christian. So bold move. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it, but I'm doing it. I do like Southside Christian. I saw them several times last year. I think they're going to have a very good year this year. But I'm going Lakeview. I'm
just not quite.
Well, so it's hard to win 2 in a row. So I'm gonna say that Lakeview pulls the upset, and here we go.
Yeah, I tend to agree with almost everything you guys have said. We're very similar in all these. I'll go Lakeview. I'll go Southside. Go like Drew went and Southside Christian for the championship. I don't. It's hard to. When you got an arm like that on the front end and they got some more guys in there and, throwing to his brother back there who can really catch and throw. It's going to be hard to beat those guys. And my sleeper, St. Joe's for that one. But I do think South Side is it is hard to win 2 in a row. But when you got some of that talent, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's that guy's not going to be hitting 1A.
Somebody on this show was the coach of a team that won 2 in a row one time. I'm not sure who that was.
Second one was a little bit easier than the first one. It was a little weird that year, but
hey, we're gonna be on some we got bulletin board material here. These coaches are gonna be using this against us because we're about to hop over. We're about to hop over to 2A here, and it's I think we've got some pretty similar picks here as well. Lower State. Oh boy, this one is really hard, Coach. I couldn't decide. It took me about 5 days to figure this out. I'm going with the Land Sharks. Oceanside. Yeah, just give me that. I don't need to go through all the talent they have. I'm pretty sure everyone in the state is aware of that. And then for the Upper State, I'm going Great Collegiate. They're going to repeat as Upper State champs. I think they got some good talent there. Another sleeper pick for me is Abbeville. Watch out now. Watch out.
Fighting Daniel Little. They'll be ready.
Yeah, they always got a little scrappy bunch. So watch out for that crew.
Coach, who'd you pick as your champ? You didn't tell us that. You said,
"Oh, my bad."
You didn't pick your champ.
Okay, it took me 5 days to figure out my lower state. It took me 10 days to figure out my state champ. Give me the Land Sharks again, Coach.
Whew. Old move.
I'm not going to do the Land Shark move that you did, but I do have the Land Sharks winning 2A, lower state and state. I got Great Collegiate winning upper state. Yeah, not going to go into the detail you went into about how many days it took, but that's who I got. Sleeper, I went with the Barnwell War Horses, fighting Will G's. Give me a shot here for 2A sleeper. Give me Barnwell. I like it.
Good, Coach. Good picks. I'm with you guys. Oceanside, Gray. Oceanside is champs. I obviously them winning all in 3A and then dropping down this year. You look trying to continue. My sleeper, Andrew Jackson. Coach Lucas.
Woo!
Lost a couple guys on the front end, but he's got
really a sleeper.
It's really not a sleeper. I guess it's more of a sleeper when you throw Oceanside in there, but. That I think he's got one of the better shortstops in the league. He's got in the state. He's got one of the better catchers in the state. He returns a lot of guys. Just really lost a couple big time arms, but I know that's always hard to. But he got something up his sleeve up there. I don't know. They grow something in the water up there. They popping them out. So look for them to be in the mix.
Lucas has got it all going on, son. Hey, by the way, I feel like I'm the Pat McAfee of this show. So we'll.
You gonna go jump in the water real quick?
Well, I don't have any water here, Coach. I mean, if you want me to pour some water on my head after we finalize these picks, we can do that. But I don't have any pools nearby. I got a creek right behind the house. Maybe we can't video that though. So we'll hop over to 3A. I'll talk a little bit more about this one. My lower state champ for 3A is Brooklyn Casey. Ty Marshall over there at Brooklyn Casey as well as BJ Etheridge. A talented group. They lost Skylar King, but they're still going to be very talented as well this year. And then upper state, Powdersville Patriots. This is kind of a dark horse, but I feel like they have the talent. Talking to Coach Padgett the other day, he texted me about a kid that's made a ton of growth since we've last seen him. That's going to be a nice punch, a 2-punch behind Eli Hudgens over there, as well as they got a great catcher. I'm excited to see them. And think they can make that big jump to a state championship. So, however, I'm going to take Brooklyn Casey as the state champs. I think BJ Etheridge has a big season. But my sleeper for 3A, Coach is going to love this one, is Blue Ridge, baby. You got Mason Tompkins, AJ Camerata, 2 good arms. That's going to do very well in that region. So Coach Henson's going to have those guys ready and excited to see them as well. Austin, you got to be more on time here, son.
I'd never know when you're done rambling about who you think is going to do anything. I'd try to wait till you give me the go ahead. 3A, Lower State, I went Gilbert. Upper State, we went, that was the one I just had to change. 3A, Upper State, I went Chapman. I'm going Chapman to win it all. I thought they got to see them a few times last year. One of the perks they have this year is they don't have to play Oceanside again. So that'll help.
Perk.
That will help. So I'm going Chapman. 3A sleeper, I went with the Seneca Bobcats. If the McGovern kid has the same year he had last year, that's going to be a tough out there. But I don't know, sleeper for a reason. I'm going with the Seneca Bobcats.
Yeah, all good picks. All good picks. But as you're being the Drew, you're going to be, what's his name? I'm gonna go not so fast, my friend, on some of those. But Lee Corso, Lower State, I'm going Brooklyn Casey. They really good talent across that board, but they also get a big guy back that they missed last year in Hayden Thomas, right? He was out with Tommy John.
Yep.
He's coming back. He's healthy, but he can also really swing the bat. So you get a guy that's in there not only on the mound coming back off an arm injury, but he can swing it. Upper State, stick with Drew there with Powdersville, and I got BC winning the state. I think it's their year. They're kind of their time. They've been in there. They've been making a little noise. I think it's their time to win it. My sleeper, it's not really that big of a sleeper. They made a run last year, but Clinton. We're going Clinton this year. I think they got a chance to kind of get in there and mix it up a little bit.
Wilson Wages, coach. Wilson Wages.
Yes.
Watch out for him.
They're talented. They're scrappy. They play the right way. They got a chance to get up there. And, would never be a bad idea for me to drive up 26, stop at the QT there and go watch a game, on my way up there. But I got them as a sleeper, but I think BC's got a little bit too much talent over there when it's all said and done.
Yeah, that QT is awesome. That RV sucks.
Yes. Very slow service. I don't think we're going to get them to sponsor us by any chance, but
I hope no one in Clinton actually eats there. I think I've been through
New
there
Bojangles, though. New Bojangles.
Very nice Bojangles. Great service. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've been there before.
Zaxby's is good over there.
Upset with your pronunciation. I don't think they pronounce the T in Clinton. I think it's silent.
Clinton.
The local that's just for the locals. I think it's Clinton.
Well,
Clinton.
There's something in the water over there too.
However we call it, they're my sleeper.
I like it.
Sleeper. Hey, we're gonna hop, but we got two more classifications. 4A. This one. I'm gonna start with my upper state pick here. My upper state pick, very out of the blue here.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence. We had to watch them play last year against Greer. Had a bunch of young core guys that competed very well, swung the bats very well. They all come back. Bennett Edwards, really good behind the plate. So it's going to be nice to see them. I think they're going to carry that momentum from last year into this year. Hey, the fight, get my shirt ready. It's the Fighting Howard time.
Oh, look at them.
Lower state champs, the Falcons. Here's the deal, though. They had Grant Loggins last year. They lost Davis Rivers, which is another dude. They get both of those back this year. I don't see anybody competing with them as well as how it runs that program. So I'm taking them as my state champ as well. How it gets back on the podium, takes that state championship trophy. And then my sleeper pick, very interesting one here, who I expect to have a big season after talking to Coach Baker. And that is Greenwood. You look at TJ Aiken in the outfield going to Old Dominion, Matt Murray on the mound and in the plate. And then as well as Elijah Tiller, who they get back from who had an injury last year, wasn't able to do as much, but he's fully healthy now. So expect big things from them this year.
They had a barn burner in the playoffs last year, too.
They did.
Greenwood had a big lead at Flora. I was there in attendance. It was a great atmosphere. Greenwood jumped out early, and the Fighting Howlets do what the Fighting Howlets do, and just kept chipping away. And next thing you notice, Fighting Howlets took the victory. But yeah, that'd be a good one.
I like that pick. Coach Baker runs a tight ship over there.
Yes.
I like what he does. I like your Lawrence pick too. I was at the playoff game when Lawrence played Eastside last year, and it was a much closer game than I think most people thought it was going to be. He's got a good team going. I like where your head's at there, but I went a little bit different direction for a lower state. I went with you. I went AC Flora. It's just, I think you can pick that team any year and they're going to be good. Then we went Catawba Ridge, Upper State. And I went just kind of the same concept as 1A, didn't want to pick the same team you did, and pick Catawba Ridge to win 4A. Gonna pull, I don't know if I can call that an upset. They were ranked pretty high in the 25 at the beginning. And then my sleeper team, Drew loves my sleeper team, went Westside Rams with the sleeper.
New
I think
coach.
the region.
Big O.
Big O, baby.
Listen, Region 1 and Region 2 for a Upper State up here is it. I put a circle around both of those two because there's a lot of teams, especially Region 2. I think you can draw a name out of a hat on who's going to win that region. But yeah, I went West Side. Got a new man in town. I don't ask me why. You can't ask me why, but I feel good about it. I feel good about the Rams. I think they're going to kick it off with their preseason tournament over there. I think they got a shot to at least play in the championship of that game. I'm going Rams, and I'm gonna stop rambling about them, but I'm taking Westside. I feel good about them.
Who you going with state championship pick here?
Yeah, who'd you go state champ?
I went Catawba Ridge. Remember that was me not wanting to pick Florida with you again.
Watch out now. They got two good arms over there.
They do.
Well, I'm a pitching guy, and I think you got a shot. You got two guys that that's tough. Go out and run up a couple goose eggs for a few innings, you win the game. Next thing you know, you're at the house and don't know what happened.
Yeah, it'll get the best of you. You get the best of you. I'm a little bit different in the Upper State than all you guys. I'm probably right. You guys aren't. So,
oh wow.
But
okay.
A lower state, I'll go Florida. Big shock. That's everybody's picking that one. With the way it happened for us in football, Drew, in college football, they will probably not win because every time we all went on the same train, they all lost. But we'll go Florida. Upper State. See if they can get back to their glory days, back into the 2000s or late 2010s, around there. Riverside, going to Riverside High School up there. I think they got a chance. They got some older guys. They got a chance. I know Austin's got a tight connection there with the coach up there. It's good buddy with. But I think I got a sister-in-law that works up there, so maybe we'll go a little insider information. But state champ, I'm gonna go AC Flora. I think with what Drew talked about with the two arms and. One of them really having something to prove this spring. I think they're going to make a jump and win it and get back in that championship. But my sleeper, it's going to be a sleeper for all. And we got a good look at a bunch of these youngsters a couple weekends ago down in the Shipyard. But I'm going to go Lucy Beckham. I think they have a good group of young guys. They're kind of hungry. They're waiting to get their name out there. We asked plenty of them. None of them know where the name comes from at the school. But I think they're looking to make a name for themselves. So it doesn't matter. But
Doesn't matter.
And when I was 16, I didn't know where my high school's name came from. But I think they're wanting to make a name and try to get some of those other teams down there in Charleston make a name for themselves. So I'm gonna go Lucy Beckham as my sleeper.
They're using Shipyard as their home park too, so at least I think that's what I was. We might have a lot of state championship games played at Shipyard this year.
Might as well a home away from home.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Our home away from home.
Yeah, Eddie to get us a hotel down there. We'll just camp out for the week. Where you at there?
We got Riverside early, coach. So we're gonna see if that pig looks good.
We got Riverside, Oceanside, first opening night of the Shipyard tournament. I think it's like an 8:30 tip off.
Thursday night. Get right, boys.
Tip off.
Thursday night, first pitch.
Tip off.
Hey, never know.
Tip off, kickoff, first pitch. What are we?
Is that going to be Creech versus Bowers? Ooh,
don't count on it.
Come on now.
Wait
we
and see.
We got to light it up Thursday night now. You got Creech versus Bowers, Stryker versus Hutchins. I mean, whoa.
Giddy up.
Then you got Legion over there playing. I can't remember who they played, but I want to say it's like Wanda or somebody.
Them or Lugoff.
And that would be nice.
Can't remember. But yeah, you got a bunch of ton of talent out there.
If Legion runs out of arms, they can just put their coach out there. My man throws just dots for batting practice. So good for him.
Well, we're gonna hop over to 5A. Mine and Sammy's lower state pick might be bulletin board material for someone in the lower state.
There it is.
I'm not gonna say probably. It will be. It might be on social media here soon after the release of this podcast. So I'm gonna start us off here with 5A. I'm gonna go lower state champ, Berkeley Stags, coach. You got Cole Greer, Gavin Driggers, Jackson Proctor, Hudson Clark. The list keeps going. And I think the way Landy, Coach Cox coaches those guys is really good. And I think they're going to do a lot of damage this year as well. Now that they have that feeling of winning a state championship in them and knowing what they can accomplish. But for the upper state championship, I'm going a little different here. I'm going with JL Mann and Hunter Howard, a future game alum, as well as Teddy Gardner. So I think Mann's got a lot of talent, a lot of arms to make a run this year. I think that's kind of what they ran into last year. They didn't have enough of those arms to get through, but I think they got it this year. But I'm going with a repeat champ in the Stags. I think the Stags get it done. Hard to do, but you know
Very
what?
hard to do.
It's very possible, and Coach Landy Cox can get it done. I mean, what man video calls you in the middle of the woods to do a high school preview show? I tell you who, a state championship coach.
You know, yeah, when you're out there about firing guns, trying to kill some deer in the middle of around Christmas time, I mean, you get in the truck and drive out and get on that call. A little means something.
Hey, but I'm going with a little sleeper here. Is they're in the Power 25. No one else seems to like them, and that is Dutch Fork. Talk to Coach Waits. You got Hunter Phipps, another future game alum. You got Kevin Samansky. Tyler Hodges looks like he's lost some weight. So it's going to be interesting to see them. I know they go down to IP early. So I think they're going to be a really fun squad to watch. Let's see if they can hit the ball, but we know they can pitch it.
All right, cool. I like where you're at there. Like I said, hard to repeat again. Just ask Kirby and the boys, but he pulled it off. Had to get that little plug in there. I had to throw that out there just because. 5A, I went Somerville as the lower state champion. 5A. Let me check, make sure that is what I did end up going with. I went Somerville, lower state. I went T.O. Hanna with the upper state, and then I went Somerville as the champ with Clover as my sleeper. I do like your JL Mann pick. I asked earlier if I was allowed to do this. I'm going Mann to win that region, and I'm going Hanna to win the upper state.
Bold pick.
Doesn't have to make sense, but I'm going with it. I think Hanna's going to slide in as the 2 seed. I think they're going to get a good draw in the playoffs. I think some of those arms are going to get hot at the end of the year. Told you, big arm guy. We're going with it. They're going to
look.
They're
All of your teams, all of your teams have big arms here. Hanna, you got Somerville over there with Tavermina, who just came to an event, and you got Clover with Deion Brown and Cade Pilgrim. Look at him over here, a big arm guy.
Yeah, but you know, chicks dig the long ball. I dig good pitching. So get that going here. You know, long ball's good till somebody's throwing 94 at you. Then that long ball disappears for some reason.
You know, but when you with your pick, right, when you got Morlando hitting, it really doesn't matter who's on the mound. I mean, Morlando's
Messina too.
Yep, Messina. You know, Morlando. I mean, obviously, you look at Morlando, and he can take anybody. It doesn't really matter.
Well,
I mean,
and I know Drew's a big social media guy. Somerville's social media guys is very, very good. Don't know him at all, but I thought I'd throw a plug in there for him.
Yeah, I think we got eaten up by them last year after not ranking them in the Power 25. But hey, we won't make that same mistake again.
They were not happy. You were right, but their social media game is on point on that one. Lower state, very similar here with Drew here. I'm gonna go Berkeley with the Stags. You know, I think them in Somerville. I mean, I think it's really, you got a toss up. You got some big names and a lot of talent. But I'm gonna stick with the defending champ there and go Berkeley. Upper state, a little bit different than you guys. I wanted to stay up there with Mann or Hanna or one of them, but I'll go out on a limb and do something a little different just because. But I'm gonna go Clover, and I don't really think it's that far on the limb because what we just talked about, right? You got some really talented players, talented arms. You know, and get in there and you get those guys hot, they can carry them. I do think Berkeley repeats, gets in there and wins it again. You know, they don't really lose much off that team last year. You know, you get guys that get back with a lot more experience. You got some younger guys floating in. I will say my sleeper, Wando. And I don't really think that's too big of a sleeper. I do think they're a talented team with some good players, and you know we'll see them early on, but they're going to be in there in the mix, and you never know when those teams get hot. You know, just like last year with Fort Mill sliding into the playoffs and catching fire. All you got to do is get in there and start playing well at the right time.
All right. Hey, they open up with Fox Creek down at the shipyard. Giddy up. I mean, come on now. So Legion opens up with Fort Dorchester, by the way. So
there we go. We're off. We're a little off there.
Yeah, we're a little off. So
we just know we're going to be down there ready with bells on, ready to watch some
bells and whistles. Content will be better this year than it was last year.
Cameras everywhere. Cameras everywhere. Multiple scouts everywhere. It's watch out. Social media takeover.
Hopefully Jason will get that one on center field for you, Drew. We'll be ready to roll.
If not, we're just going to put you up there, Austin. We're just going to put you up there. We'll just put you up top with a camera.
As long as the wind's not blowing, I'm good.
We'll just put the drone out there in center field and have it.
we can backup batteries.
Yeah, some backup batteries. So that's going to be a great tournament. As you see, some of those teams made our picks here.
If you need us, we'll be in our Sammy Esposito issued powder blue PBR SC hoodie here. If you need it, that's where we'll be.
Land Sharks. Speaking of Land Sharks.
Oh, here we go. You know, we got to get that state champ. Hey, that might be Flora blue, boy.
If we're just a reminder that we're not in charge of the tournament, though. That way, when if you don't like the sequencing or what's happening, umpire runs out of baseballs, I'll try to help you, but I can't make any promises.
We will be there to scout the event.
Yeah, we'll be there to scout. Nothing else.
There'll be a lot of good players to scout from what I'm hearing.
Hey, also a new little piece to this tournament. Pretty sure hats are going to be sold at this event. So you don't want to miss out on getting one of these PBR South Carolina hats. Maybe we get some gear, maybe not. We're working on that. We'll see how things shape out. But we're pretty sure hats will be sold. So make sure you get your hat so you can rep the best brand in South Carolina. As far as when it comes to scouting and content and everything else. So, hey, I don't have anything else, guys, if you've got something.
No, you know, we're obviously breaking out the Power 25s coming out. You know, a lot of our content of our preseason previews are getting ready to start coming out. So we're excited, right? Spring's in the air. I mean, I don't know, you know, I know you guys a little colder up there in the upstate for me, but about 65, 70 degrees today. I was outside. And you kind of get you fired up, ready for high school baseball season. So we're excited to get rolling and get out there and start watching some games.
All right. Darn right, Coach.
I'm looking forward to it. I think we got some really, really good picks out here today. I can't wait till the end of the season, end of May. We can go back and look and see who was right. We got some big preseason tournaments coming. Looking forward to the Steve Sanders and the Shipyard down there. All these coaches getting rolling, getting their team going. Just made cuts last week. Got some mad parents ready to roll.
Hey, Coach, you don't miss that. You don't miss the mad parent, don't you?
You know,
right there, you don't miss the.
It may or may not have made a few mad during my time, but you know, it's other people's problem now, and we'll just go watch the finished product. Looking forward to it. Got some big scrimmages coming. Sure, some people's going to try to play about 10-inning scrimmages. Get nice and cold out there, freeze, and you know. Got to get those arms.
Hey, it's all about the experience, Coach, of the journey.
Got to get that 8th and 9th arm submittings here in February because you know you might need them in May. Hadn't seen too many 8s and 9s going in May, but it might happen this year.
Hey, you never know. I never know. It's always that one chance. Hey, what was the old saying? It's you'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them.
That's what they say.
What they say.
They say good pitching beats good hitting too. So if that's the case, my picks are going to be good.
Oh, look at it.
Better stay healthy, Coach.
We got Sean Smith Jr. down here making these picks.
These guys are
These
going to stay
picks,
healthy. They've been working their weighted ball programs and whatnot. They're ready to go.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Long toss early, keeping the pitch counts low. We're good.
Hey.
Pitch smart
Well,
USA. We're ready.
we're gonna wrap this sucker up, or else it rolls on for about another hour.
I got warmed up. I'm here if you need me. If anybody
It took
needs
him
any more
45
picks.
minutes, guys, but he's
Finally,
ready to go.
he's finally ready. Finally ready. You know, maybe you never know. We're gonna get him on a call with somebody who's gonna come sponsor us. That's all we know.
Stewie Media.
Stewie Media, make sure, make sure you we'll put a link to the photos in this YouTube channel here. So make sure you click that link and make sure you hit subscribe. We got to get our subscribers up here because Sammy needs some money.
Yes.
So
Got 3 kids and 2 dogs.
that wraps us up for episode 26. Make sure to follow all of our social media accounts: Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all of those, to keep up with the content we're releasing, as this is a big month for us and the state as high school baseball gets underway. From all of us here at PBR South Carolina, have a great week.